Hi everyone. It's been a while. Longer than I ever meant it to be. I've been sitting with myself a lot lately. Just like you see in this video. Quiet, still, a little unsure. There's something about silence that feels honest, like it tells the truth even when you can't. And if I'm being honest with you, I've missed this. I've missed you. I've missed creating, connecting, showing up as myself because it felt fun and freeing, not because I had to prove something. When I first made this channel, it was just meant to be a little corner of the internet where I could share the things that I love most, like K-pop, art, spirituality, the things that made me feel me, the things that made me feel alive. It was somewhere we could laugh, react, learn, and just feel things together. I never meant to disappear though, so suddenly and for this long. But life has a way of pulling you into yourself, down deep, into places you don't visit unless something in your world has shattered. And truth be told, something in my world did. Life happened in the way life sometimes does, suddenly, sharply, and without giving you any time to prepare. Now, most of you already know due to my last announcement here on this platform, but as a refresher, 2 years ago, I lost my mom. And to me, it's like the world just dimmed in a way I didn't know how to brighten again. I didn't realize just how much of my identity that I knew was tied to her. Everything I thought I knew about myself, everything that felt stable, it just cracked open and I didn't know how to piece it back together. So I went quiet, on purpose at first, and then because I didn't know any other way to exist. Grief is strange like that, you know. It becomes a second skin, a shadow that sits beside you, a language you learn without wanting to. It simply just rearranges you without you wanting it. And I would have to say that grief has a way of becoming a mirror you're just not ever going to be ready to look into. I started questioning who I was, what I wanted, what even mattered anymore. And I did it so much that it affected me inwardly and outwardly. My motivation to work changed, my spark for life shifted. Even my relationships with all my loved ones were gaining dents and knots. I was becoming lost, and most importantly, I was scared. I spiraled. And as I changed, I didn't know how to show myself to the world again. Not when I was fragile. Not when everything in me felt like some unfinished sentence. And I thought I needed to wait until I was okay. Until I felt confident again. Until I became someone who felt worthy again to be seen. I didn't even realize I was gaining a fear to be seen. I tried so hard to tell myself, okay, I'll come back to YouTube soon. I'll make a video next week, next month, when I feel like myself again. But truth be told, I was crippled. And those said days became weeks. Then those weeks became months. And before I knew it, 2 years passed. I didn't know who myself even was anymore. I was spiritually tired, mentally checked out, physically struggling, and emotionally just all over the place. I felt frozen, I felt anxious showing up when I didn't have answers, when I wasn't okay. When the version of me I used to be no longer knew how to show up, I just felt like I didn't exist anymore. And I think part of me was scared that if I came back, people would expect that old version, the bubbly one, the excited one, the girl who always had something positive or insightful to say. But the truth is, grief changed me so much, and I had to sit with that. Now, I know healing is not a straight line. It's a spiral, it's a constellation, a cycle of breaking and blooming, breaking and blooming again. And for such a long time, I was only breaking. There were days I forgot who I was and was internally screaming for my power back. I wanted help, but I didn't know how to ask for it. Days where the silence around me got so loud it just drowned out my own voice. Days where the camera felt too heavy to even pick up, and the thought of being perceived felt insufferable, unbearable. And yet, even in these darkest moments, life kept whispering to me, Jan, you're still here. You're still becoming, and you're still allowed to start again. I missed this space. I missed you guys. But I didn't know how to return as a version of myself that I did not recognize. I was a version that was hurting, soft, scattered, sitting, searching. And honestly, that searching just took so long. It took 2 years. 2 years of stop and start healing, 2 years of learning to breathe again, 2 years of breaking and rebuilding, losing and remembering, fighting and surrendering. 2 years of realizing that grief doesn't disappear, and it won't ever. It just becomes something you carry with more grace over time. And somewhere along the way, I realized something. I don't have to wait to be fixed to come back. I don't have to be perfectly healed or perfectly confident. I don't have to be perfectly anything for that matter. I just have to be here. I just have to show up as I am, even with grief in hand. I realized that it's okay to show up with your grief, your confusion, your sensitivity and tenderness still trembling under the skin. And the more I accepted that, the more I realized how much I missed this place. I missed laughing with you. I missed sharing the things that light me up. I missed the feeling of being witnessed, not for being perfect or smart, but for just being real. Life goes on, even when we're limping. And it's okay to show up with your softness showing. Life goes on, even with an ache inside, and maybe that ache is not a burden. Maybe it's just proof that love lived here. Maybe it's a compass pulling me back to myself. So here I am, returning, not polished, not perfect, but human, present. This is me coming back, not completely as the version you remember, but as the version that I've grown into. I'm now someone who's been cracked open, but somehow more whole, even because of it. someone who's learned that disappearing doesn't mean you're gone, sometimes you're just becoming. Life goes on, and what goes around comes back around. A reminder that everything, every season, every sorrow, every silence has a turning point. That destiny moves even when we feel stuck. That change arrives even when we're afraid. And the universe never leaves us in the same place it found us. So, if I leave you with anything today, let it be this. When the wheel turns, let it carry you. Some cycles will break you. Some cycles will bless you. And some, just like this one, bring you back to the light you thought you lost. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience, your presence, your quiet support, even when I wasn't around to see it. I'm back. A little softer, a little stronger, but a lot more me. And I'm excited to be here again and just be.